Welcome everyone. Today we are working on this wonderful Corvette C5Z06 over here, and I'm going to be replacing the radiator with an aftermarket unit to keep things cooler. So this guy's going to come out and we'll replace that radiator. So let's go inside and take a look at what we got. Come on over here and we have our radiator. Take a look at this radiator. It's a Dewitts Radiator. And this is supposedly made in the US. This radiator is hugely expensive compared to other radiators, and it's a very common thing. I put these aluminum radiators in all of my cars. Now I tried to order a Chinese radiator to compare it to the Dewitts radiator, but the supplier in China ended up sending me the wrong radiator. And so I just returned it, got my money back. So this radiator was like 600 bucks. And that's a huge amount to pay for a radiator, but you know, you're kind of paying for the name, and you probably have to pay for the increased labor costs since this is made in the US. So let's go ahead and throw this into the Corvette. Inside the engine bay, the radiator just kind of sits right in here between your AC condenser and the fans. And so you just kind of pull them up and then pull your radiator out. It's pretty easy. It's actually a lot easier if you have two people, so you can have one person on that side, one person on this side to pull everything out. So we're going to want to clean out the AC condenser with this air compressor. We're going to spray it through the condenser and clean all of the dirt out. And I'll put the camera over here so you can see all the dirt coming out. Alright, I'm out here swapping out the radiator from the C5. You can see the stock C5 radiator is very thin, and the Dewitts radiator is very thick. The Dewitts radiator has some melt through in it, right in here. And you can see it back in the back there. And so that didn't look good, so I emailed them about it. This weld up here doesn't look too good either. And then down here, it looks like they possibly got some burn through and then covered it up. So I'm not super happy with the construction on this radiator because it was so expensive, but I don't really have any other choices. And so this has a lifetime warranty on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and install it and then see what happens. We'll run it on the track and see what happens. Alright, so the Dewitts radiator is in there. You can see just a huge difference in size compared to the stock radiator. One of the things that was interesting is that the fan shroud didn't have enough clearance to slide in place like the stock radiator. I had to slide it in this way, tilt that end up, and get it in there. Otherwise, changing out a radiator in a Corvette is super easy, so it didn't take too long. But come over here and look at this stock radiator again. It's very small. So I'm going to go ahead and put that cover on, and then the intake bridge, and you won't even see this radiator when everything's back together. The radiator is in, and the car runs a lot cooler, except for when I'm going through parking lots. It will still get hot, and that's because there's no airflow through the radiator when I'm going through parking lots. And so if I turn the AC on, that little fan over there will kick on and suck air through and keep it running pretty cool. But I'll show you what I mean. I'll start the car up right now and let it sit here, and we can watch the temperature climb. Alright, so the stock fan is going to come on at around 226 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's taking a long time to get up there because we have such a big radiator in there. We're right at 225 degrees Fahrenheit, so the fan will kick on soon, and then you'll see the temperature drop. Alright, so now the fan is going to shut off because the coolant temperature is at 217 degrees Fahrenheit. Out on the road, just going through residential right now, and the temperature is already dropping off quite a bit. I'm not going very fast, and so that's really cool to see that because the temperature in here was always pretty high. As soon as this thing starts getting airflow through it, it just drops the temperature significantly. So we're cruising along at 60 right now, and the temperature just dropped down from over 200 down to 192. And the thermostat is at 190, so that's, you know, that's really pretty good.